to ride, I know.
I want to
You
table
table
this.
this will be part of the record.
Yeah.
And Waziri, to be honest, I even personally met Kenan, and he admitted what was going on is within Mandera.
Within Marsabit.
Marsabit.
We have
So-
we have agreed that both security teams halt the process, do a local barasa there, agree on the way forward, which is not going to cause us any problem.
Waziri, we have no business to discuss security matters with the Wajir team. We have business
No, with
to
the
discuss.
team, the security team.
No, the
Professor.
security team, Wajir, you see, like when that statement said that the Sololo people did not report back, the Sololo security team are not they are not answerable to Wajir Security County Committee.
I think the minister
Point of
is
order,
within his
Chair.
power
Chair,
to
point
know
of
how
order.
the security matters are managed.
All
Chair, point
So
of
Naomi,
order.
Naomi, 1 minute.
Unlike
order.
county government, all national security teams are only answerable to one center. So I understand the struggle to combine both security issues and boundary issues, and because it is
Chair, point of order.
we are using CDF to build.
Point of order,
But
Chair.
let us agree from the barazas, we will now have an amicable direction on this issue.
Okay, let's have Naomi to write on.
Yeah,
1 minute.
thank you.
This
Just
is
1 minute.
also rules,
Thank
Chair.
you.
We have to operate
Thank you very much,
again.
Chair.
Get out, please.
Thank you very much, Chair, for allowing me to ride on this. Waziri, I want to say thank you
Pass
for
to the
your
hour.
response. I have gone through the report, but I don't want to refer to this because it is misleading. Your final statement is what is comforting us. You have said that the work should stop, we should consult, and Moyale constituency should take responsibility. We will agree on that, but make sure that that work stops and construction will be done by Marsabit County. That is all the request we have. If that is done, then we will be at peace. But again, the issue of MPs encroaching and making their points right, I think that should not be accepted. Thank you.
So you want to ride? You know this is very sensitive. This is a Marsabit team.
Maybe mine, Waziri, is really going to be short. The first one, Basiri is in Moyale constituency on its own. And because of the relationship between the communities, the community in Moyale, they have never raised that issue. And it is likely to crop up if the trend of expansion is going to continue. But for me and those of us from Marsabit, a multi-agency security camp should not be constructed by a CDF because of its nature. It has many reasons. I'm a security person and I don't really want to talk about it. If it is a police station or a police post, that is well and good. Now, second and finally, Honorable Kenan cannot purport to represent security. He is just any one of us. He's a legislator. Let him ask for a security post and let the security agencies decide whether it is possible or not. But for him to tell his person at the ground, there is a clip that is running around of a contractor saying, this is an order from above and nobody can stop it. It cannot happen in Kenya, really. So for that reason, I want to join my colleagues without really appearing that we are in fight with brothers and sisters from Wajir. Let this thing stop. Let the security agencies and all of us reach an amicable conclusion on how this facility can be constructed eventually. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor,
Just
we
1 second.
must move
1
forward.
second. Because the
Point
county
of order,
commissioner-
Chair.
The county commissioner Wajir did not do due diligence.
Yes. If it is,
The county commissioner Wajir, when he came and did the groundbreaking ceremony in Marsabit County, did not do due diligence. He should be punished. The county commissioner should be punished for interfering with other counties outside his jurisdiction. It cannot be taken lightly. This is constant conflict. As the security team leader, he should not have done that. He should have done due diligence to make
You
sure.
made your point,
that
Professor. Thank you so much. No, Minister, anything, or we go to Samburu?
No,
Yes.
just to say
Samburu.
that you know, two things. One, security remains a national function. So without looking at the boundaries, the only point of contention here is because it was being built by elders CDF. Had we on our own established security, a multi-agent security camp there, it would never have mattered whether it is in Moyale or is in Wajir. So it's a combination of both the security needs of that area and a boundary dispute. And this is not the only place. There are many places, Kitui and Tana River, Kwale. The other day, the MP of Kinango, Konzirai, had an issue with Taita Taveta, like that. So this is not unique to Basir alone. This has been the challenge in various parts of the country. The only difficulty here is that, like for example, the Kitui and Tana River one is also police stations, and about 8 police stations built by county government of Kitui, and then the neighboring county is contesting and causing problems within those police stations. So it's not unique to that place. The best thing is to look at a separation of boundary and county power, because even us moving does not answer the question of boundary. That we will leave it to another process. And this whole conundrum is captured in our Jukwaa la Usalama report across the country. That's why I called Mr. Otieno and Mr. Rotich, the RCs, to come together, go to Basir, halt the construction, find ways of consulting with local community, and see how best we are going to achieve the greater security good, because that has become a major route for human trafficking, drugs, and contrabands. And we still have to deal with that problem, and it was really pronounced during our Jukwaa forums in Wajir and Marsabit as well. We have agreed on that. Yeah.
Yes. It was not satisfactory.
Thank you, Chair. Yes. And thank you, CS, for this wonderful providing this report. On the issue of Kitengela shooting, Bona CS, I'm not quite satisfied with the report, having that the completed investigation file has been in the ODPP for more than 2 months, and yet no action has been taken in regarding the persons who committed this crime. And it is subject to questioning, especially by my voters, because, there was an officer who was working for the DCI, and there are some worries and concerns that the reason this file has not been moved away from the ODPP is simply because this officer might have interfered with moving forward on arresting these individuals simply because he's a police officer and he works for the DCI. What would you say about that? Because my voters are seriously concerned about that.
I think it's very straightforward. The fact that DCI himself investigated and arrested those people and presented a file to DPP is first a plus that there is no interference from the police side. The oversight mechanism of DPP is ongoing. I cannot cast improper motive on the part of DPP because he has an oversight responsibility to analyze the files and analyze the evidence. I am confident that in the fullness of time he will now give a way forward based on the law and evidence. So I think your constitution should be a little bit patient. I don't speak for DPP. DPP is not the Ministry of Interior, but being a part of the law, justice, law and order sector, I have confidence in the ability of the DPP to give a proper way forward soonest. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Samburu and the deceased one, is it Kiambu?
Yes.
Which one was it? Maybe you can rush through. I don't know. Samburu was not satisfactory.
Yes. Thank you, Chair and Waziri. Thank you for the response, though the response is not satisfactory and also not factual. First, the number of animals that were lost during the attack was 700, not 500. And no recovery have been made even up to today. I just called when I'm here, and zero recovery has been done. So whoever responded to you, Waziri, you need to tell them to give us the correct report. And please put some effort. I'm seeing the ministry recovering animals from other counties through cattle wrestling. But I don't know what happens. Because any animal that is lost from Samburu to another county, none of it can see its way back. So kindly, we need to help those people recover the animals, because their families have been left in very desperate position. All the animals have been taken, and the herder was killed. Waziri, and then also on the hotspot areas, you know Samburu very well, I'm sure. And you mentioned along Baragoi, Maral, Baragoi, Lorian, and Barsaloi. But there are areas that are always disturbed. Every day, even yesterday, there were shots. Logorate, Longewan, Losuk, Pora, Poro, you know those areas.
Good.
People
Pauline.
are not in peace because
Pauline,
of the disturbance.
You made your
Very
point.
important one, Mr.
So that
Waziri.
you give your colleague 1 minute.
Yes, I will give him.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Waziri, there's an operation going on in Elgeyo Marakwet and Baringo. But the information, I don't know whether you have this information. Many bandits from these areas have migrated to come to Malaso. I'm told there are over 1,000 men with guns who have migrated to come and hide in Malaso. And those are the people who are now coming up to disturb the whole belt. So kindly take up that. I hear Marsabit complaining of the SOG. Please take them to Malaso, because I'm sure they will
Your
block
colleague,
those
1 minute,
bandits
right?
there.
What is,
I'll ask my colleague to
Samburu,
add.
just
Thank
1
you.
minute, please.
Yeah, thank you, Chair.
Then we go to, yes?
Yes, I would like to augment on the points which are made by the women rep. I am the member of parliament for the area which was affected. I would like to also state that there were actually no recoveries, and in fact there was another incident of theft at Marti where over 100 calves were stolen. It was not part of the question, but I expect that you have that information. Honorable CS, you spoke about sustained operation. In that belt, what we are lacking is actually what you were saying, sustained operation. The SOG you gave, who came there for like 3 or 4 days and then they disappeared. And there was an incident a few months ago where there was an attack on a police escort who were escorting remandees, hardcore criminals, and a policeman was shot, his gun was stolen. Up to now, there's no recovery up to date, and those very, very same bandits are the ones who are harassing these people.
Thank you.
That is the point on
Waithaka,
sustained.
then Umi.
Want to share one, just one?
Time is
Yes,
really.
yes.
You go to the point.
On the issue that you also spoke about on infrastructure, these belts, Honorable CS, are insecurity corridors, specifically because of lack of network coverage. These are dark spots. No information gets out until very, very late. And we know that your ministry can really do something about this. So please, I would like to give this to you as your takeaway from this meeting. Maybe we can have a meeting with you later on. But kindly, the lack of network coverage in Masikita, Nachola, Suyan, parts of Niro, Angatananyeki, these are those areas which are giving us headaches.
At your point. Waithaka.
Thank you, Bwana.
Thank you.
Bwana
Waithaka,
Thank you,
then
thank you.
Umi, and Bona.
Thank you,
and then-
Bwana CS, for coming. And on the question about Bridget, the girl who, 12-year child who was killed by a stray bullet that came into the house, I am not satisfied at all. Bwana CS, I'm not sure that you know the circumstances that led to the death. This kid, 12-year kid, was at home because of the Sabasaba protests, and she was laying on the couch with her mother, and a stray bullet came through the house from the roof, struck her on the head, and she died. Now, the family was told that they could not do anything to fix the house, that they had to wait till the investigations were complete. And the family is traumatized every day because in the morning they get to see that hole because it's up in the roof. They get to, in the morning, at night, and the family is traumatized. The mother is not been able to sleep in that house, and she's not been able to perform. She's actually a teacher. The husband has developed high blood pressure. And when I see us, I'm asking for a human face in this situation. This was an innocent child that had committed no crime, was in the house, and she was killed. So please, do not tell us to go to court because the parents do not have money to go to court. It's an extra expense. When you tell us to go to the human rights compensation, that takes 8 years. So please, when I see us, I know there is in the budget you had a compensation budget for victims of wrongful death. So we're asking to fast track the compensation for this family. Although we know that no amount of money can compensate for a human life, but we ask that please, Bonasias, let's have justice for Bridget. Thank you, Bonasias.
Umi, please 1 minute. Bonaya, then Waziri, you take them.
Thank you,
Mama
Chair.
Saraha, you are not satisfied also?
Thank you,
Okay,
Chair.
Umi and Bonaya.
Thank you, Chair.
Kiri, maybe you add the Kiri, the Meru issue.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Waziri. I have heard your response. And those young men were released immediately. Mohamed Yero was released, I think, after a week. The Samburu, we literally did a police chase with them. We were rushing after them until they dropped them there off. He's now critical and heading to India for treatment. So, Waziri, my question is it the police who are abducting these young men? Who is doing it? Because sometimes we are worried. Are we facing people who are within the police so that we know at least these are the officers on duty, or are these people hiding behind unmarked vehicles? Because that's the crisis that we have. And we still have Abdinasir Khalid Ahmed missing, Abdirazak Yale still missing, and Abdisamad Ahmed Boruka still missing. So that's something we need to know so that it can provide a final solution to this problem. And then finally, on the issue of the border, the roadblocks, Modica has been advertised in Garissa to have a roadblock. The crisis we have today morning is that a young man has been killed by an officer allegedly named Chalo, who was transferred from Garissa station to Balambala station. He shot the young man yesterday, saa 8 usiku. Today, the entire residents are up in arms. As I speak here, my phone is blowing up. I don't know what to tell the people. And this is followed by an incident that happened where Ahmed was also shot last year, December. So if we have this roadblock here, is it providing a security solution to the people in Garissa, or is it killing the young people? Because, for example, Adan is a single child. The mother and the parents are old. Who is going to take care of them? The son is dead, shot simply because he's just trading along that route. So, Waziri, kindly, don't even just give us a solution. A statement. Please come to Garissa. The first point of reconciliation for us as Garissa residents is that Officer Chalo, who is alleged to have dispensed his gun, to be removed from his duty. Okay. Then we proceed and talk of justice.
Thank you. Umi, Bonaya, then Rudigiri, right on you.
Thank you, Chair. I have two statements that the minister responded to.
You are not
Chair,
you're supposed just to follow up on what you responded.
The question for the two follow-up.
Okay.
On the issue of the abduction, Waziri, every time I'm asked to raise a statement in Parliament on a case of abduction, I give up before even doing the statement. It's so frustrating because you do a statement, the response you get is exactly the same to each and every case. Nothing changes, it's the same. And if you look at the case of Lubo specifically, you realize that from the statement by the family members that was made, it is very clear, actually, for even ordinary person to follow up the matter and arrest the culprits. But still, the response that is given to you and you present to us is the one that doesn't give hope. So can we have some, can you serve us some hope where we have cases of abduction? And for my county, I don't know why we have so many cases. From the time I came to this house, I've raised over 20 statements of abduction. And there's no single statement that I've gone back to the people and told them this has been resolved. And the person is safely home. There's none. So what are we doing here? The other issue on the teachers serving in the Isiolo Kipsing area and the matter of insecurity where a teacher was killed along that road. Waziri, any attack on teachers in our area, in arid areas, is costly. Do you know why it is costly? Because the moment one teacher is killed, the rest will move. And the learners are left with no teachers. That is why we can't afford to entertain attack on teachers in this region. So what I'm asking is, because it is along Kipsing Road, and I don't know whether you are aware, we don't have a single police station in Kipsing location. Would you kindly do us one in Kipsing, a police station that can attend to such matters in those areas urgently? And I think I'll give opportunity to my neighbor here on the same.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The quoted teacher is to work in Bullet, Ruparua Secondary School, is from my constituency. So I feel the pain of loss of a teacher. We have coexistence with Isiolo for a long time. But this issue of battery attack, it is following a sequence and is following an area. My given question is this, Mr. Speaker, I hope the chairman is listening, is this: the governor of Samburu, in a public balasa, issued a statement supporting the banditry activities. I'm so happy today the two members of parliament from Samburu are condemning the banditry attacks, but ironically, they are not condemning their governor who went on publicly to say that bandits can continue terrorizing people internally and externally.
Chairman.
So, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order.
Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
I am on a point of order, please. The governor of Samburu is not before the committee. Please ask the minister on the issue of insecurity about Meru, Isiolo, or whether it is emanating from Samburu. That is why he is here.
Mr. Speaker, I stand guided, but the fact remains that the governor issued the statement, and it is one of the statements that is encouraging voluntary attacks.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
I left my case.
Point
I
of order, point of order.
is
Still insisting on mentioning the governor
1 minute,
who is not in this, in this room.
Chairman, it has become too much because even in the floor of the House, these members, instead of addressing the issue of insecurity, which is affecting the whole of this country, it's not only Samburu. There are bandits in Meru. There are bandits in Isiolo. There are bandits in all over the country. It's not only Samburu. Even the governor of Samburu did not say that it's encouraging banditry. It is not every Samburu that's a bandit. But we are running for the bandits. The government can go and arrest the bandits, but he cannot condemn the whole community. We are not bandits.
No, you've made your point.
Chairman.
Thank you. Please, I don't want us to extend from there. The minister is here. So that
Mr. Chairman, I did not say Samburu.
The transporter. No, please.
I only said the governor.
Sir, drop it at that. Our Mushimo, the roadblocks.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And just to the point.
Yeah, I think you should give me time. I've been here for the last 3.5 hours.
It's the first case to come to the House.
And I think I deserve to be heard. Waziri, thank you. My question is Section 69A, Act Cap 403, says that it's the Inspector General of Police who has the powers to gazette all these roadblocks. You've mentioned that the regional commanders, the county commanders have the powers now to do that. That's the reason now we are having And that is why I'm picking a reason of an example of Mombasa or Nairobi, Garissa, where these ungazetted roadblocks are all over the place. I would kindly ask you, when you have time, I'll take you in my car, or you take your car, we go visit these areas, and you'll see it for your own eyes. So I'm kindly requesting you to tell the Inspector General to withdraw these ungazetted roadblocks. Thank you.
I think the IG, and that's the basis of the response, that gazetted roadblocks, yes, as per the law. Yes. But also beside that, the security teams have the powers to put roadblocks for emergency security operations, for traffic issues. It cannot wait for IG. For example, a roadblock can be mounted outside this door. If we know that there is outside this road here, if we know that there's a goon in this building who wants to escape using a car. No, I'm just saying that roadblocks are not...
These are mounted roadblocks on a daily basis.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter that there's a goon or not. Yeah. But on the highways, it's on a daily basis, day and night.
No, what we don't want, what you are speaking about is the static, permanent roadblock that is in a particular position without the gazettement of the IG. And we are saying, and I agree with you, that the IG should then review where really we need gazetted roadblocks, and then the rest will just be emergency in case of operations and so forth. And I agree with you on that one. That's where I was coming to. On the question of, I agree also that this, yes, the request by Honorable Mumina and Rindikiri on the question of security in Kipsing. We will assess the police station issue. We will work with the local security team to present the necessary proposal, having gone through the necessary security assessment. On the statements of abductions, and we cannot really say someone has been abducted. Yeah, you cannot for sure say he has been abducted. You can only say they're missing. And the files of missing persons across the country are many. And eventually, you know, have you had a case of a man who re-emerged after 45 years? On a serious note, there are people who are missing, but not necessarily because of abduction, or there are some people who are missing because they just have mental health challenges, like the cases that I submitted in Parliament the other day of a man who used to work with Huduma Center, and he was an Angao officer. Finally, he was found alive because he had challenges of mental health. There are cases also of self-abduction, as I said earlier, where all these investigations have been done and find real abductions. And I was in Isiolo when some family, confronted me about the missing. Maybe it's in the same case about the missing next of kin. Family member. So I sympathize with real cases of people who have been abducted, and it's our responsibility, as written in the statement, that we need to upscale our operations to ensure that we protect citizens from genuine abductions by criminals. On the question of Honorable Ndikiri, maybe he would have framed this question that, that we just leaders, either from Meru, Samburu, Isiolo, or whatever, we must, all of us, support security operations and avoid any incitements that may become a block. The rest is left to the police to do investigations as to who does what. I take up the challenge by Honorable Umi to visit the area and listen to his issues, some of which were raised in my last visit, but I have no problem coming again to Garissa to also assess security issues in the area and support the security team by making sure that they make the necessary decision and support them policy-wise, whether resource-wise or gazetting a particular person, legislative-wise, to support that area. On the question of the little girl of Kiambu Town, Honorable Mashua, I think it's important for you to know that what it means when we say IPOA is investigating is so that it removes the police, the IG, and the DCI here from that investigation, because police were suspected to have caused the death of that little girl, which is very regrettable, as I have indicated in my statement. So I think IPOA is struggling also with a number of investigations because of budgetary allocation. Parliament should look at ways of ensuring that IPOA is given better budgetary allocation so that they can complete these cases expeditiously. On the question of compensation, I told you, unless someone goes to court for compensation, and we have those cases of compensation being brought to us, there is no policy framework for compensation. However, you remember under the broad-based arrangement, there was a 10-point agenda where compensation was one of them. And as a result of that agenda, 2 billion shillings was set aside in the supplementary budget and submitted to the Kenya National Commission, Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. That's what I was trying to tell you, that now that is the body that's going to carry out the 2 billion compensation for victims of violence, protests, and so forth. And we believe that that should happen in the shortest time. I'm sure His Excellency the President will be giving directions to the nation as to the extent of the work that has been done by Kenya National Human Rights Commission. I'm aware of what's going on, and the budget has been provided using the supplementary. So we should, baby Bridget should be families, that family should be part of those who are going to benefit from the compensation. On the issue of vehicles, for Honorable Nyense and Honorable Emase, we agreed that vehicles is a challenge, but even then I've told the IG, I was whispering to the IG here, that he may have to do also some rationalization so that at least every corner gets at least one, even that to be shared among the security teams as we continue with the procurement process. On the question of numbers, failure to recover livestock and hotspots in Samburu, including Malazo Valley, network coverage, I thought the Member of Parliament of Samburu North, my friend, Letipila, should have also thanked me first to say, okay.
I say thank you,
yeah.
Honorable CS,
yeah.
for the giving the great people of Arsim a listening ear, and the network of Arsim, and you are most welcome.
Yeah,
to come and visit Arsim.
No, so even Arsim was part of the areas that were not covered. Safaricom is willing to work with government to improve also the other areas, and like you mentioned, and we have sat with you, it is also important to expand that to those other areas that you have captured to whatever, to deal with the issue of a network so that it can assist us in operation. The last thing I'd like to say is that I agree with all of you who have said that the report does not properly capture hotspot areas, and it needs to be properly updated. The entire Samburu is almost an hotspot area. So you maybe the IGs should have written hotspot areas, Samburu, Turkana, but there's danger with that. It can easily negatively profile an entire county from investors and investments. So that's why it's important to go to those particular corners. Samburu is a victim, but also aggressors are inside, especially Samburu East. But if you come to West, North, you have more victims as you progress.
I would also like to appreciate. It's also good to say thank you. Because the insecurity in Baragoi, ever since we got into these past 3 years, it has really come down.
Yeah.
And in as much as we would like it to be perfect and better, where we have done progress, we must also appreciate the government for the good job that it has done.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is the longest I've been here. Asante sana.
Do this, as the vice make a comment and you close. I think you need to note on what Mumina said about the very many abduction in Isiolo. It was really a very passionate plea. So
sorry for that. Isiolo, you know, has become a route for, because of the challenges we have. That's why we are even supporting the setup of security installation in the border of Wajir and Moyale, and because that route has become the route for